Hi everyone, we're going to solve this equation here, and the first thing I'm going to do is just pull this 2 up and rewrite this as e to the x plus e to the negative x equals, and then just multiply these two and that equals 6, and then go from there. So this is what we have, and there's a little trick to this. We're going to multiply everything through by e to the x. So when you do that, you're going to get e to the x times e to the x plus e to the x times e to the negative x equals 6e to the x. Now, cleaning this up using our properties of exponents, this is going to be e to the x plus e to the x minus x. And I'm going to go ahead and subtract this. 6e to the x equals 0. All right, now clean it up one more time. So this is e to the 2x plus e to the 0 minus 6e to the x equals, e to the x equals 0. All right, now clean it up further. I'm going to write this as e to the x squared, because your properties a to the m to the n equals a to the m times n, your power property. I'm going to go ahead and copy down my 6e to the x, and then e to the 0, anything to the 0 is 1. Okay, and to make this easier to factor, if we can, I'm going to let w equal e to the x. So we'd have w squared minus 6w plus 1 equals 0. And so we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. And this is where, if you use a quadratic, you can't factor this. So a would be 1, b equals negative 6, and c equals 1 as well. So we're going to use the quadratic formula. So that would be, since we're doing w equals 6 plus or minus square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So just remember, a was 1, b was negative 6, and c was 1. You just plug in your quadratic formula, and you get w equals 6 plus or minus square root of, if you multiply that out, you're going to get 32 divided by 2, which equals, remember, square root of 32 equals the square root of 16 times 2. So square root of 16 is 4, and you're left with 2 inside. Then we'll put the 2 under each piece here. So this gives you 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 2. All right, but this was w, and now I'm going to change it to e to the x. You could have just done this from the get-go. E to the x, because we substituted. So now you take ln of both sides. So if you, I'm going to try to squeeze that in there. Ln of both sides. This x goes in front, and ln of e is 1. So you get x equals, I'm going to split this up, ln of 3 plus 2 square root of 2, ln of 3 minus square root 2, 2 square root of 2. Now, this will be, if this would be your exact solutions, make sure that this part especially is not negative. This is 2 times 1.41, which is still less than 3. Remember, this quantity here has to be positive. So this has to be positive there. So it is. If you want approximate values, this would be approximately 1.763, and this would be approximately negative 1.763. And that would be your solution set. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.